Namaste. Good morning. Lovely seeing everyone. So, today we're going to focus on working your lower spine. And first off, let's sit cross-legged in Sukhasana. Make sure that your sitting bones are touching the ground. Feel them. Adjust your position if needed. Keep your spine erect. Take a deep breath in. Fully exhale. And we're going to start falling ever so slightly backwards so that your sacrum starts touching the ground. Stay there for a second. Imagine that your sacrum is actually part of your mat. There's no difference. Pull yourself up. And we're going to grab one knee. Interlace your fingers if it feels comfortable, or just grab it, however is easier. And we're going to pull our knee ever so gently toward the chest. And release. We're going to do 5 more on this side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 before switching to another side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Now let's see if we can come up to the butterfly pose. Soles of your feet together. Let your knees drop to the sides. Feel your hips opening. And first off, we're going to start gently flapping our wings. Moving the knees up and down, up and down. We're looking to generate the feeling of warmth in your hip joints. And once you feel that feeling of warmth, we're going to start gently bending our elbows. And bending forward, coming back up. Keep doing it at your own pace. Feel your lower back lengthening and becoming warmer. Keep your neck relatively loose so that it can sink lower. And once you feel that you're done with this, I'm going to do a couple more here. We can just gently straighten our spine and come back to Sukhasana with our legs crossed. And now, what I want you to do is grab one of your knees again. This time around, we're going to start lowering our cheek toward the knee and coming up. Do at least 5 on this side before switching to the other side. So I'm done with this side. I'm going to switch to the other side. Hug my knee and start coming up and lowering myself down. And I think I'm done with this side as well. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come up to the staff pose with my legs straight. Make sure that my sitting bones are touching the mat. And I'm gonna start gently coming down to Paschimottanasana. And I'm gonna start feeling my whole body stretching. Grab your ankles or grab your toes. Don't try to bend as far back as you can. Try to bend down as low as you can. The closer your face to your knees, the deeper the stretch. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stay here for at least 5 breaths. And gently come up. What I would like you to do now is come to lying on your back, on your mat, with your knees bent, arms parallel to your body. Make sure that your shoulder blades are touching the mat. Adjust your position so that your spine is aligned. Put your knees slightly apart and then lift your bottom. You can keep your hands like they were on the mat, or you can make a fist underneath your buttocks. And we're going to stay in the bridge pose for at least 5 breaths. You don't have to get up high. Just feel a nice stretch in your lower back. And we're going to come down. We're going to keep our legs bent and grab our knees and pull our knees towards the chest. I want you to spend a moment here feeling your sacrum floating in the air. And once you feel comfortable here, we're going to start doing this. We're going to pull ourselves up to the seated position and then come back down to our back and keep doing that, massaging your sacrum. Go at your own pace. There is no need to rush. Try to keep your eyes closed. There's nowhere you can actually fold to. And try to get into the rhythm of this gentle rocking motion. Do it 3 more times and then come back to your back. We're going to come back to our back. Keep our knees close to our chest and grab our toes and go into the happy baby pose with the soles of our feet pointing straight to the sky. Stay there, feel your hips opening, feel your sacrum floating in the air. Stay there for at least 5 breaths. Now let go of the soles of your feet and grab your knees on the back. Interlace your fingers or hold your wrists, however is easier. And we're just gonna spend some time here with our legs up, our sacrum floating. Stay here for at least 5 breaths as well. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna attempt to come to the shoulder stand. If you don't want to do the shoulder stand today, you don't have to. We're just gonna float up. Grab our hips and stay there for at least 5 breaths. You can tuck your chin into your chest for the Jalandhara Bandha, which is supposed to break the last knot on the way to self-realization. And then, if you'd like, you can come up to the plow pose. You don't need to do the plow. You can just keep your knees as close to your chest as possible and stay there. If you're not doing the plow, this is what you're doing. Just put your knees toward your chest. Your forehead probably is going to touch your knees. And we're going to come down back to the seated position. All right. Now what? Now from the cross-legged position, we're going to go into the pigeon pose. We're going to keep one of our legs bent, make the other one straight, and turn and come to the pigeon. We're going to come to the pigeon, make sure that we're well supported by our hands, and then start walking our hands back so that our torso is lifted and our lower back is the center of our body right now. Feel it. Stay there for however long is comfortable. Then walk your hands back. Make sure you're supported by your hands again. And now shift some of your weight towards your back knee, bending it ever so slightly. Pull your front leg back and come to your stomach into the cobra pose. If you feel uncomfortable with the cobra, you can do the sphinx pose like this on your forearms. I'm going to come back to cobra here. Look straight ahead. Feel the nice stretch in my back. Feel the nice stretch in my stomach muscles. Stay there for at least 5 breaths. And then, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come down to the sphinx. Make sure that my stomach and the bottom of my chest are touching the mat. I'm going to bend one leg, grab one ankle, lower myself down, bend another leg, grab another ankle, and come to the bell pose. I'm going to stay in the bow. For however long I feel comfortable. And then let go of my ankles. Come back to Sphinx. Take a couple of restful breaths here. And then I'm going to shift some of my weight back and come to the pigeon pose on the other side here as well. The thing with the pigeon pose, you have to spend just enough time to get comfortable in there. Make sure that your back leg is super straight. And once you're nice and comfy, start walking your hands back toward your torso. To give yourself a nice curve in your lower back. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. And then I'm going to walk my hands back again, back to front again. And I'm going to pull my back knee toward my front knee. Come to my hands and knees. And from here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that my hands are supporting me. My knees are supporting me. Probably I'm going to put my knees slightly apart. And then I'm going to sink down on my forearms. Lift and extend one leg. And just float there for 5 breaths. And I'm going to change sides. Again, make sure that I'm well supported. And sink down on my forearms. Extend my other leg. And I'm going to come back to my hands and knees. Plant my toes into the ground. And jump from here into the down dog pose. And walk my hands towards my feet. And very gently, I'm going to come up and take a very wide stance, making sure that my toes are not pointing forward, that they're pointing slightly to the sides. I'm going to come into the star pose with my arms extended to the sides, my palms forward. I'm going to slowly put my arms above my head and sink down low on my palms between my wide feet. And then I'm going to open up here on one side. Make sure that I'm supported by the palm that's on the ground. And I'm going to keep opening and closing and opening and closing. Make sure that you turn your head to look at your upper hand. I'm going to do 2 more on each side. And from here, I'm going to walk my hands slightly toward my torso. And then I'm going to walk them toward one of my feet. I'm going to make sure that I'm supported there with the same hand. And open up into a triangle pose here. And stay there for 5 breaths. I'm gonna close this triangle, switch my support to the hand that was up, and open up into the reverse triangle from here. After that, if you need to take a break and come upright, you can. What I'm doing right now, I'm walking my hands toward my other foot. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side, making sure that I'm supported. I'm going to open up into the triangle. Stay there for 5 breaths. Close. Make sure that I'm supported by the hand that was up just a moment ago. And open into the reverse triangle here. Stay here for 5 breaths. Close. Come to the center. Bend your knees so slightly. And come up into the upright position. We're going to take a deep breath in here. Fully exhale. Give our blood the chance to return from our head to the rest of our body. Start walking our feet closer together. Put them shoulder width apart. And grab our elbows. And start sinking down low. You don't have to go into the deepest bend right away. Just feel the nice stretch. And once you're feeling it in the back of your legs, you can start gently swaying from side to side in the ragdoll, feeling your bend deepening. Watch what your body is telling you. If it's telling you that it doesn't want to stretch any further today, just stop swaying. Let your hands gently drop to the ground. You can stay in the bend for a second if you'd like, but you don't have to. We're going to gently come up, and I want you to spend a moment there feeling lightness and warmth in your lower back, because trust me, we worked it very well. And I'm going to say namaste and conclude this lower back workout. Thank you.